Hello, you speakers. I'm Katza.
I'm George.
And I'm Javier.
Do you know when Christmas exactly originated, guys?
Not the 24th?
Not the 24th.
I have lived a lie. Oh my God.
You have for a couple
You mean-
centuries now.
There are other versions. I know there are so many out there that I'm afraid even to ask. I'll just stick to the one I believe in.
I don't know.
That'll be the easiest.
Well, I don't know about you, George, but my children, because I grew up in the States, they wrote their Christmas letters to Santa Claus. And I know in Mexico it's not the case. Did your children write to baby Jesus or Santa
So Javier,
Claus?
you had to change their zip code address.
I just had the tradition, man. I grew up
never-
writing to Santa Claus,
I'm
not
from
baby
Mexico,
Jesus.
and I never wrote to baby Jesus.
Who'd you write
I
to?
always wrote Santa Claus.
Really? How'd you
Yes.
do that?
Yeah.
But I did have a cousin who actually wrote to baby Jesus.
Oh, no way.
And we were not allowed to open up our Christmas presents or Santa Claus presents in front of her because she was not
Yeah.
a believer of Santa.
Oh.
So we couldn't.
Oh my
So,
God.
It's funny, Javier, because I grew up. Obviously, I am Mexican. I was born in a Mexican family. My dad Mexican, my mom Mexican.
Right.
But I did grow up in the States. So the tradition at home was I had to believe in both the baby Jesus and Santa Claus. They threw Santa Claus into the bag. They say he's just a helper. So
Santa Claus is just that gringo that backs up baby Jesus, right?
he's that guy helping.
He's like
out.
he's like the middleman, okay? It's Jesus that
yeah,
brings
it
the
was
present.
fun.
Okay, so stay tuned. Today you're learning all about the true origins of Christmas.
Mm. Ta-da.
Interesting.
Welcome to another episode of the USPK English Podcast. Thank you for hitting that play button and subscribing to our podcast channel.
Remember, you can download the script for this podcast. The link is down in the description box below.
Right. So let's get started with the first session, guys, because we have so much to cover today. Okay, because this is the last episode of the first season of the You Speak English podcast. We
really?
have brought so many interesting things for you
My
guys. Yeah,
God, has it been a year already?
it has.
Jesus,
It has.
time
Season
flies.
1 is over. Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe it. Time-
Let's get started. Let's get the
Yeah.
ball rolling.
The ball rolling.
Section
Time
number
flies when you're
1.
having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
True story. Okay, most common mistakes advanced always make. That one is a
That's an
common
advanced learner mistake, Katza, okay? You should
Yeah.
know better.
When you
I
get
know, I know.
nervous.
I'm sorry. I didn't take my nerves pills.
Yeah,
before-
okay,
before
no
this
problem.
one.
No problem. You can
That's
do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. let's-
Everybody.
There you
I
go.
know.
Everybody makes mistakes, okay?
All right. Okay, so first mistake that I got is wait me, right? When you say wait me. This is a common mistake for Hispanics because it's actually a direct translation for espérame. But in English, we always have to throw in the word for in between these two words. And then we have to say, wait for me.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, George? What do you got? You got for us?
Javier, can I borrow $5?
I would have to borrow from somebody else first. I don't have any money. I don't know. Katza, can you lend me $5?
I know somebody is loaded today, so I'm just
Can-
gonna go.
Oh,
Can you lend me?
Sure.
Yeah. I
Can
got
you-
Today's
$5.
words, today's confusing words, they are.
Okay.
They
so-
have the same meaning: borrow and lend.
Yeah.
And I always hear this, as soon as they like, they say one and the other because they're not sure which one to use,
Right.
and in the end they just use both. Okay, so anyway, even English people get this wrong sometimes. So we're going to talk about the word lend and borrow. They have their own prepositions to make it even easier. Okay, so lend has the preposition to. Okay, and
Right.
you always lend to a person. Okay, you always lend it to somebody. All right, okay, and you can also use a direct object. I'll give you an example right now. Okay, this indicates that you are giving something to a person. I lend money to my son. All right, or Javier is going to lend money to me soon. All right. So notice that that the money's
I don't know about that.
going to the sum from the parent. All right.
Mm.
Borrow. Okay. Whereas borrow has the preposition from. You always borrow from a person.
Okay.
From indicates that it is not here or it does not belong to you.
That's right.
Example, I am borrowing money from Javier. Okay. That means that me, George, is taking money from my friend Javier. Okay. Additionally, both lend and borrow indicate that you will give the object or whatever you borrow back. You're not going to keep it, okay, to the person you borrow it from.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, George, can I borrow your car?
Yeah, sure. Just fill it up. All you got to do is fill it up.
Can you lend me some money so I can fill up George's car? It's a gas guzzler.
You shouldn't borrow money from us.
Yeah, don't borrow money from
Don't
anybody.
borrow from us. Yes,
Bummer.
don't borrow.
I'll take the bus.
It's more comfortable. You can actually.
I know, right? In the mornings, have you tried it?
No.
What about you, Javier? What do you got for us?
I got one that I challenged English speakers anywhere to see if you can get this one right. What's the difference between poisonous and venomous?
You die faster with one? Just kidding.
Yeah, everybody says that's a poisonous snake. No, it's a venomous snake. Sorry.
Oh.
Excuse me. We're both gonna die, but yeah, at least we'll die grammatically correct.
Dramatically correct.
Okay, so poisonous in general is a toxin that gets into your body by either inhaling, swallowing, or touching something through your skin. For example, you may have a poisonous frog.
Right.
Venomous is when the toxin is injected into you. And in general, both can be made by the animal, but venom strictly has to be made by the animal. Something can be poisonous that is toxic. Hey, don't drink that beer. It's been there forever. It's probably poisoned by now.
Okay.
Yeah, you got that beer can be poisoned. If you drink it, it kill you. But it's something that bites you and injected into you that's venomous.
Oh,
yeah, all right.
Interesting.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is
That's
something
that
this is advanced even for native speakers, guys.
Oh
If you
yeah.
know-
This is scientific
It's
language.
It's appropriate. It's just that everybody just uses the ballpark term of poisonous. Everything's poisonous.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
everyone.
do we Katz and Javier, now I'm curious because I know we're going to have the next section, things that we have in Spanish that we don't have in English. Okay. But do we have an equivalent for each of these words in Spanish for poisonous and venomous? I don't think we do, right?
No, we don't. You got to be careful. I can't put my finger on it just yet, but there are certain words that in one language requires two words, whereas in the previous language is just one word.
Yeah. Venenoso.
Venenoso.
Yeah, both of them are venenoso. Yeah.
In Spanish, both are venenoso.
Exactly.
Venenoso
Yeah, but you got to keep it.
Right.
You got to keep in mind that it's not exactly the same.
Okay.
Gosh, interesting. Okay, guys.
All
Well,
right,
guess
go.
what? Next section.
Woohoo.
Cosas en español que no tenemos en inglés.
For which I didn't prepare. I hadn't noticed.
All right.
I'll give you one of mine.
Katza.
I'll give you one of my Katza. Híjole, Katza. Híjole, that's a
You
very
had
common.
one job.
You had one job, Katza, all right? One job.
So that's our first. This is the first one. Híjole. Okay. For all our Spanish speakers, mainly from Mexico, well, explanation not needed here. So, okay, for it's one of the most popular interjections. Okay, híjole. It is similar to saying, depending on the intention and intonation, damn, wow, geez. The adequate intonation changes the intention in English, obviously. I mean, you have different wows. You can say wow, or you can just say wow, or geez, or geez. It's surprising, or you don't like it. So it's híjole. It is mainly used to express surprise, shock, or in some cases, desperation. It's not really vulgar, but it certainly isn't polite. So you have to be careful when to use it. Okay.
Yes.
But for our, learners in English, if you're looking for an equivalent, like when you say, how do I say híjole in English? Well, you have Damn.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Shucks. Oh, shucks.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to
All
work on
right.
your interjections.
Good. What about you, Heavy?
Interjections
What do you
are
got for us?
Well, I got one for Katza, so she doesn't feel left out in this last one
Thank
of our
you.
episodes. I'm gonna give you one that I heard a long time ago, which used to be very common on TV when I was a kid, and this is an expression called "cerrar con broche de oro."
Oh,
Have you heard
that's
that?
right.
Would you like to?
Very
Would you?
adequate.
Very adequate, very apropos for this situation.
Mhm.
Katza, would you like to elaborate on that?
Cerrar con broche de oro means like giving closure to an event or a year or a project that we really want to make a huge event, a huge, I don't know, special something
Right.
to give closure to that.
Like with all the ribbons,
special
whistles,
big
and
thing.
everything.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah, like
going out
with
with a
with-
bang, right? Can we say that?
with a
or-
bang, with
Going out with a
colors.
bang, with
bright
colors, flying
colors.
colors. We're closing with flying colors. I like.
Mhm.
It just sounds funny because broche is really a brush, something that closes your or clip to close your shirt. You know,
It's mostly like a
So,
brooch.
like a brooch. Exactly. Did I say that right? Is that French? I think that's French. My
I
French
don't know.
Yeah,
my
but
French
they-
is not
I
good.
just
use
used
it
to
in
call it.
English
This
as
is the
well.
first time I hear that word. I just used to
Your
call it a
brooch?
pin.
Oh.
pin. But no, there's
Oh,
a
that's
word.
right. You're right.
A pin.
Yeah, we call it a pin.
But yeah, you can say it's right. It's a brush. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's sort of a French word.
Parlez-vous français?
Comme comme ça. Je m'appelle Javier, but I'm not
Oui,
good
oui,
in
oui.
French. Okay, so don't keep this up. No, keep in mind, guys, that there was the 100-Year War, so it was the British versus the French Normans who invaded each other mutually for over 112 years. So there is about 30% of French in English.
Yep.
Yeah, so very
And they used to hate
apropos.
each other.
And they still hate each other.
They do.
Right.
They still hate him, especially now that
Interesting.
especially now that that's why now that they beat Cameroon.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
mine's not off the beat that way, guys. And this is something that's extremely hard. Still, I don't blame you. You know, people make mistakes with prepositional phrases or verbs that have a preposition. For example, George, if I don't lend you money, are you mad with me? Are you mad
In
with
Spanish?
me?
I would be, but in English, I would be mad. I would be mad at you.
Mad at you. Okay. Don't yell to me, George. Okay.
Oh, no.
Mm,
So don't
that
don't
just
yell.
doesn't sound right, isn't it?
Sound
Don't
right.
yell at me.
Don't yell at me. That's
Don't you yell at me, Javier.
right.
How dare you yell at me? Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Or people might say, I am married with her.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Yes.
married to her.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
This is how will we say this isn't the Spanish form or mistakes that we make in English, or this would be like a Spanish
uh-huh.
yeah. How will we
This is more like advanced stuff that
okay, good.
yeah, that people mistake.
Got
Oh
it,
yeah. Yeah.
Common things we don't have. We don't
have that,
mad with
You're
me.
right.
Uh-huh.
Enojado.
Because
How would
if
we say it
we-
in Spanish? Enojado conmigo.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
we would say it like that in
Uh-huh.
English, right? We translate it
Right.
directly like
Yeah.
mad
So,
with
but the
me.
preposition is
enojado
different.
conmigo.
It doesn't. We don't have that preposition the
You're
same translatable all
right.
the time. You know what I
If
mean?
we were to say mad with me, that means we both
We're both
get mad
mad
at the
that
same
at
time, right?
the exactly
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
together-
mad
together
1, 2, 3.
because of the same reason. right?
Exactly. So
Please
that
be
we don't-
mad with me.
because we don't have the same kind of prepositions, doesn't always translate.
No, we don't.
That tends to be an issue when people become
That's
more
right.
advanced.
You're right.
These
you're
are like
right.
fixed phrases, right, Javier?
Yeah, they're fixed. You know, George, they're fixed verbs. They're prepositional verbs with a preposition.
Uh-huh.
And there are no rules for that, guys. You just gotta practice,
Oh yeah.
and lots of input. You know, watch whatever you want. Go join a conversation
Please.
class.
In
Talk
English?
to talk to a native speaker. Yes, by all means. Yeah, if you can borrow a TV from somebody, yes. You know, somebody will
Borrow a
lend-
TV.
well, watch a movie. How do you gonna watch a movie if you don't borrow a TV? If somebody
All right.
if somebody will lend you their internet
This is
connection,
the 21st century. You should have a TV.
I don't have one.
I don't know. I mean, that sounded kind of weird.
No way,
Borrow
you
a
don't
TV.
own a TV. Come on.
I don't. I'm sorry. I realize I don't watch a lot of TV.
Okay.
Okay,
Well-
so I gotta watch everything on my computer.
Big saver.
There you go. I missed out on Black Friday.
Oh, shoot.
Darn it.
Sorry about that.
I missed out on
Okay.
that.
It's good. It's healthier, Javier.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, to the main topic.
All right.
So, to talk about where exactly or when exactly Christmas originated, we have to talk about the winter solstice. So the winter solstice is a special period that marks the shortest day of the year in the northern hemisphere of the earth, okay? It occurs around December 21st to the 23rd. Before Christianity, this was a time for celebration for pagan cultures in Europe. When Christian rulers converted pagans to Christianity, they allowed them to keep most of their important holidays to make the transition easier. However, the festivals were renamed and changed slightly over time, of course, and they became Christian holidays.
Nice.
The old
Gift-
switcheroony.
There you go.
Uh-huh. Gift giving started to become a Christmas tradition only in the 19th century. Before then, it was a customary in some cultures to give gifts on New Year's Eve, but not in Christmas. To
Okay,
celebrate
can
the
you
coming
imagine like
year.
before the 19th century? Kata, Merry Christmas. Here's a chicken. You know, that had oh, you shouldn't have. Oh my god. That is so thoughtful of you.
Some goat milk.
A goat milk. I got you goat milk, George. You know, you always want, you know, you always ask me for that. You
Oh,
always
let me
always ask to
prepare
borrow some goat milk.
eggnog.
Katza, the presents, the gifts were given on New Year's Eve.
Yes, before before Christianity. Yes,
Wow.
to welcome the,
Oh, wow.
the new year,
That's
not
interesting.
Christmas. Mhm.
Okay. Wow.
So today we will discuss 5 more very interesting facts about Christmas.
Okay,
Javier, you go
so
with number 1.
Number one, the winter solstice was a time for feasting, drinking, and enjoyment. According to historians, this was a natural time for a feast. The harvest work was finished for the year, and there was nothing left to do. Oh wow, sounds like a good time, man. Why did we stop doing this?
Leisure.
Why did we stop doing this? We should keep going with.
We haven't. Haven't you noticed that whenever the year is ending, like students stop attending class, they have lots of parties,
Oh,
events to go to, and people are just leisuring
so it's
out.
kind
We
of like
get fatter.
it's kind of in our DNA, right? So it's kind of like,
Yeah, exactly. So this is very European of us.
oh
right
wow.
there.
So,
Well,
guys,
feasting. Everybody knows
yeah,
what
what is
feasting
that,
is. Like,
Javier?
what is that? Like to have a great party with food and drink and everything that's enjoyable. Have a
Yes,
feast.
new word for you.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, George? What do you think?
well, so before we get even deeper into the meat of this episode, guys, I must warn you, brace yourselves. This is a very disturbing fact. And did you know that in Northern Europe, people killed animals in order to cook the meat and use the remains to decorate people and statues of their gods and goddesses?
Yeah,
This is why, and get this, guys, this is why the color red is related to Christmas.
Huh?
I know.
Isn't it
Crazy.
the
So,
darkest thing?
Slaughter is mean kill. I mean, kill with an axe, with a long, big knife, machete.
Oh God.
So, guys, I will try to erase this fact from my memory. I don't want to see Santa dressed in red and not think of the origin of the color red.
Well,
I mean, every time I
Christmas.
see red now in Christmas, I'm always going to remember this. I'm going to try to forget this
Okay.
fact.
I'm sorry, guys.
Can I be excused?
Hey.
All right, number 3. On December, this is the true Mother's Day. Okay, on December 24th, many people celebrated Mother's Night or Mondrahit. This was a special feast in honor of mothers, grandmothers, and goddesses. Goddesses, keywords. Goddess is the female version of a god.
Oh.
So this is in the previous tradition in the northern hemisphere in Europe, they used to celebrate mothers on December 24th, never on May 10th.
Wow.
Oh yeah, how come we celebrate Mother's Day
wherever.
first? What about Father's
Uh-huh.
Day?
Yeah, that's
Don't go there.
Don't go.
Don't go
So,
there.
on the other hand, on
Mhm.
December 17th to the 23rd, the ancient Romans celebrated the festival of Saturnalia
Yes.
in honor of the god Saturn. During this time, normal rules were overturned. Gambling was permitted, and masters served food and drink to their slaves. That sounds like Father's Day to me. Okay. So keywords. Gambling is when you play with cards and for money usually,
Bets.
right?
Mhm.
And betting, right? Okay,
Mhm.
good one.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, George?
Does it
All
sound
right.
like
Okay. Well,
familiar to what happens in every company at the end of the year? They take you out for dinner and
There
then
you go. It's
they give you presents and things like that. Yeah, this is
it
very
sounds more
Roman, and we still do it.
it sounds more like people getting together at Christmas time and then fighting over grandma's house. Then who gets to keep that? You know?
right.
All right. All
Well,
right.
guys, this last one. All right. This fact is interesting. Okay, it's not like the other one we talked about slaughtering
Okay.
animals. All right. Did you know that during the winter solstice, people brought evergreen trees, which are pine trees in the majority, okay,
Mhm.
into their homes? So evergreen trees symbolize life and fertility as they remain green and healthy throughout the long winters. So
Yes.
again, evergreen trees are basically the trees that survive, in the winter snow. Pine trees are the ones that basically I know. There must be more, but pine trees are, my thing.
Yeah, this is getting deeper and deeper. Why are we thinking about fertility during Christmas? Why? Somebody's gonna have a really good Christmas Eve.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so disclaimer, this information was extracted from the BBC history. So don't hate us if these facts ruin your Christmas.
Well, you didn't ruin my Christmas, but George ruined my lunch. I'm not gonna. That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here.
All right, let's wrap it up, guys.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. We are having a winter break, as Katza mentioned, but I'm sure that season 2 will be full of surprises, lots of new material and tips to help you improve your English. So I promise you, we will make the absence of us worth the wait when you guys and we come back in January. So have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Same thing here, guys. If you like this so far, what we've done this year, there's more where that came from. And
All
hopefully next
right.
year it's going to be even better.
Yes, for sure. Okay, this is it for today. Thank you to all of our audience out there. And remember to subscribe to our channel. If you like this podcast, please share it with all your friends. You should also check out our YouTube channel where you can get the video version of this podcast. And of course, you are more than welcome to comment on our videos. You can also visit our website where you can find articles about English practice and learning. And remember,
Perfect practice.
Makes perfect.
wishing you and your loved ones the merriest of Christmas. Bye.
Right.
Until next year. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Guys.
Bye.
Big hugs.
Ho,
Bye.
ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Not anymore.
Bye.